record on this. All right, we're good to go.
Okay, well, welcome everybody on our Wellbeing webinar. I was really thinking about this today and thinking how honored we are to be able to have Jen run this for us. As those of you who are on and those of you who are watching the recording may well know that we've run a number of 30-day systems this year and 30-day resets, and there's people who are really right now saying, you know what, I need to do another 30-day reset before the end of the year. Can you believe we are so close to the end of 2024? I can't believe it. Every year I think we say this, the year goes quicker, but this one has definitely flown by. And so, I'm really honored to be able to have Jen run this with you. And often people say to me, so, really tell me how and why does the 30-day reset work so well? Someone like myself who's done many and often does at least 3 during the year just to make sure that I'm in that right place to be the healthiest that I possibly can be. And Jen manages, every time I listen to her talk about this program and why it works so well and why we get such amazing results, I get, there's something that I write down every single time. And I've been working with Jen for over 12 years now. So she is definitely so qualified to be able to do this. And I say that not flippantly, because when I first checked out Isagenix, the person I went to check it out was Jennifer Jefferies. I said, I really don't know a lot about all of this, and can you, check it out? And many of you know that story that she went on to absolutely check it out. And I don't think there's anything that Jen doesn't know about that Isagenix program and how it works and why it works. So over to you, Jen. Looking forward to tonight's webinar.
Cool. Thanks, Heather. I'm just going to get you. Can you please hit to mute all participants and I'll unmute myself because some people are sitting here not muted, just so that we keep the line clean. Love technology. Can you do it? You're muted. Now we're good. Okay, we're off and running. Okay, so thanks, Heather. Thank you for that intro. Yeah, you did. You absolutely showed me Isagenix. 14 years ago, you showed me the products, and I ripped these things apart. At the time, I had been a naturopath for more than 20 years and was traveling around the world as a professional speaker teaching about how to get people's bodies out of adrenal burnout and how to be able to thrive. And when I saw this, I was so excited. I looked at 2 of the tonics, which I'll talk about tonight, looked at them and went far out. They're using the same herbs and enzymes and everything that I've written about in books, and even in my latest book, written about them again, because they're just so good, and was really excited. And you don't see mainstream companies using naturopath kind of ingredients. So I was really excited. Then I did my due diligence, saw it was network marketing, and I was very blocked with that. So if anyone's got any of that kind of thinking in their brain, I get it. I was the same. And after months and months and months, I thought, this is silly. Here I was hand blending my own version of one of the tonics one day, the adrenal tonic, and went, this has got the same ingredients. What am I doing? Why don't I just do this? So I got off my naturopath ego, gave it a go. And after a couple of weeks, people were saying, Jen, what are you doing? Like, you're doing something different. And then that really pissed me off. That is the truth. So I want to talk tonight about what I love about this program and how I see it works as a naturopath. So my specialty, I'm an old school herbalist and naturopath, and my specialty is, yeah, or as you know, my kind of naturopaths are, we want to look and see what's happening behind things. So I thought we'd just do a little bit of a check-in first and see where everyone's at. So if we had to think about where you are physically and emotionally at the moment, physically, where's your energy? Where's your weight? Aches and pains, anything like that? How's your sleep? How's your libido? Don't tell me. I don't know. We'll keep that one quiet. How's your gut? Bloating, burps, farts, all those kind of things. How's your gut working? Emotionally, where are you at? Overwhelmed, feeling defeated, angry, sad, cynical, can't focus, withdrawn, moody. Where are you at? If you are not feeling great in at least 80% of those areas, you just got a bit of room for improvement. No biggie. But I want to talk about this kind of thing tonight because what we see is that, we're like an iceberg. We can have, and our gut is one of the first places to show, and I'll explain why. So we can be having all these things kind of going on around the top of the surface, but what is sitting below it, that base, that core base, our sleep's crappy, our weight's crappy, our energy's crappy, our immune system's crappy, our brain's not thinking straight, we're in overwhelm and all those things. Our skin, which is a true reflection of what's happening inside our body, is not happy. And so it can just mean that you need some help. So this is where Isagenix comes in. So, like I said, when I was shown this, I really pulled it apart. So I thought I'll give you a little bit of naturopathic philosophy first and why I see that this is just such a good program. So the first thing is, like I said, naturopaths, we want to see what's happening behind things. So someone might have a symptom of, crappy energy or crappy weight or, gut's not happy and things like that. We think, well, what's going on in their life? And one of the first questions I'd always ask clients when they come to me in clinic is, what's your stress been like the last 3 to 6 months? Because our body runs in blood cycles. Anything that you want to do, any to bring any long-term change in your body, you want to do it for at least 3 months. That is a blood cycle. It takes about 100 days for you to get a new dose of blood in your body. And so naturopaths, we always prescribe protocols that last for 3 months because then we can see real, sustainable kind of change that's going to happen. So I'd ask the impact of stress on people because like that list of things I showed right at the start, there are the main quick, easy markers for stress nowadays. Now, in Chinese medicine, we say that you're born with a certain amount of qi, a certain amount of life force, and it lives in your adrenal glands, little glands that sit on top of your kidneys. And we're meant to stress it because stress is actually good for us. But it's when it's prolonged stress, that's what's not good for us. And nowadays, it's not the great big nasty stresses. It's the little ones that bite at us all day, every day. It's the kids going, mum, 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 mum. It's the too much traffic. It's the too many emails. It's the not enough likes on Facebook. It's whatever it is. There's different stresses, and what stresses me won't stress you, and vice versa. And that's okay. But when we have this stress for too long, we're meant to spend a bit of that chi, that energy, our life force that lives in our adrenals. We spend a bit each day, which is, through stress, life, all that stuff. But we're meant to then put it back in. And then we spend it and put it back in, spend, put it back in. Problem is, it's like so many people's bank accounts. They spend more than they put back in. And that's where our body starts giving us a nudge that we're off track. And so when I looked at this program, it fit my naturopath thinking because we say there's this imaginary alkaline corridor. When you're in it, everything works. Everything works. Energy, sleep, moods, weight, you crave good food, all those things happen. When we get kicked out through the kids going, mum, 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 all those things, we're kicked in and out all day, every day. But what we care about as naturopaths is how quick you come back to center. So when I first saw this, I'm going to talk about just, kind of the core basics because they're what it's about. And in naturopath in the first month, we want to set like a baseline. We can see then what's really going on. The first thing we need to do is to manage stress. This is the first product I saw of Isagenix. And when I looked at it for real, I went, far out, they're using the same adaptogens. Now, adaptogens are a class of herbs that help our body adapt to stress. So we're not one body system, we're a body of body systems. And so this tonic has a range of herbs in it. Now, there's more than that is just here on this, the right side of the slide here. However, it's got all the right herbs to be able to have the body adapt to stress. So when you get kicked out of the corridor, it helps you to bounce back in. Cool. But it also contains betaine hydrochloride, which is my favorite digestive enzyme. So when we stress out in Chinese medicine, we say you're stressed. It's kind of like, think of your gut as like a great big crock pot. So when we stress out, it's like we put the fire out in our belly and food stews instead of digesting. Think about it. If you've ever cooked a barbecue and you've had a piece of meat and you put it on the grill, and the grill's not hot enough yet, you see all the juices seep out of it. That's what can be happening inside your gut right now because of stress. So you might be getting bloated and burps and farts and heartburn and all those kind of things. You're thinking, oh, it's my gut. Yeah, but what's happening behind? Why is that happening? Oh, okay, a bit of stress in your life the last 3 to 6 months. Okay, your sleep's pretty crappy. You're not replenishing life properly. So we go, okay, well, just treating the gut, that's one body system. But if we look at the body as a whole, we've got to manage stress as well. So that's the first part. So great combination of herbs and botanicals and nutritionals to really bring that stress to a point that you can go, oh, okay, yep, I've got this. Then the next point, the next thing we need to do, which is the second product that I saw when I looked at the program, and that's our Cleanse for Life. Now, intermittent fasting has become trendy nowadays. In the last 5 years, it's become very trendy. It's a normal system that naturopaths prescribe. We recommend a rest day or a cleanse day a week. And on that day, it's meant to be a low food day, not a no food day. So think about the corridor. Here you are, you've got your alkaline corridor, stress, worry, overwork, all those things kick us out. Just not eating kicks you outside the corridor. It really does. Not only that, it spikes cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone that you're wanting to manage because what it does is cortisol makes you gain belly fat. It makes you gain visceral fat when it's out of balance. And so just people are getting on the whole trendy thing nowadays, the 20 and 4s and the 16 and 8s. And there's some really interesting studies coming out showing how much binge eating has increased because of people doing just not eating for 16 and 8, 16 hours and doing meant to be doing all their calories in 8 and stuff. And it's going to mess. Where naturopaths, we always say, okay, so it's like eat dinner tonight, fast for 24 hours, or it's a touch more than that. However, we use herbal tonics. So we use herbal tonics to help keep you in that corridor. So when I looked at this tonic, I went, wow, excellent. It's got really cool adaptogens in it. Again, adaptogens help our body adapt to stress, keep that cortisol in line. But then it also had herbs to be able to support our natural body's detoxifying body systems. So you can't make your body detox. All we can do is help our body to work properly is the bottom line. So I went, okay, cool. Big tick, big tick. Yep, awesome. But then when I looked at the 30-day reset, it even contained these little snacks. I call them Scooby snacks. And they're designed to help keep your blood sugar level on your cleanse days, and which is our version of intermittent fasting. So again, you're kept inside the corridor. You're not spiking blood sugar levels and stuff. Really clever naturopath kind of thinking. So you've managed your stress, you've supported the body's detoxifying body systems, then you can put the good food in. Because otherwise you can eat a raw, vegan, organic, paleo, keto, whole foods, whoop-de-doopy anything diet. Stress overruns everything. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. So just eating a clean diet does not mean you're healthy. You can still be gaining visceral fat from too much stress and stress hormones like cortisol. So when I looked at our nutrition shakes that we had, it was important to me that it was close to nature. So our dairy version comes from New Zealand grass-fed cows. The reason that we want the grass-fed source, apart from good, clean New Zealand cows, so to speak, you also get the full range of amino acids, including the ones that turn our happies on. And so many people nowadays, they're not depressed, they're just not happy because the stress has got their gut chemistry not happy, and it's just their happy hormones are not being fed. This is a happy shake. It's got all the nutrition to be able to nourish your body, to help you grow lean muscle. So 24 grams of good quality protein, or we also have bigger shakes and different depending on what you need. So like the basic kind of one is 24 grams of protein per shake. All of these nutritions, you couldn't physically eat the amount of food that's in this. It's got all the right fibers so that you're getting pre and probiotics in it as well. And it's really yummy. It is an alkaline forming shake. It just gets every tick that I've got as a naturopath. So put the good food in, manage because you've been managing the stress and supporting your body's natural detoxifying body systems. So the Isagenix, the 30-day reset, what it is, if I can use my little cursor, I can. So we've got the shot, the tonic, that's the stress one. We've got the cleanse for life one and the little Scooby snacks, if you can see my little cursor going around, that we use on our cleanse days. And we've got our nutrition shakes. Okay, you're still having a knife and fork meal a day. You're still having 2 healthy snacks. We have a supplement to the Natural Accelerator, helps support gut chemistry again to help with metabolism. We have the IsoFlush, which is all about helping to mobilize impurities as well. This is not a poo program. It's not going to do anything exciting like that for you, like a lot of cleansy things do. It's just going to help your body to work properly. So that's everything that comes in a 30-day reset. Now, if you've been right off track with energy, sleep, moods, weight, whatever it is, however it's showing you up, your imbalances are showing up in your body, you mightn't be a 10 out of 10 back on track in a month, but you'll know you're heading in the right direction. And what's cool is if you don't feel like you're heading in the right direction, you go, no, it's not for me. You pack up the empties, we get you a return number and you get your money back. How good's that? Like, There's absolutely no risk in trying this. So that's the core basic program. And even if you stuck to it 80% of the time, you would still get a great result. Now, something a lot of people like to add to the 30-day reset is our tribiotic. So what people don't realize is that well, I've talked about how stress just throws our gut chemistry. It throws our upper gut, which is all about enzymes, but it throws our gut microbiome. So the microbiome are all the little bacteria, good things that are running around in our body. They help with digestion and nutrient absorption. Immune system, 70% of your immune system comes from your gut, 70%. And so if your microbiome is out of whack, 70% of that's being taxed. That's huge. So metabolism and energy regulation, your gut microbiome directly feeds your happy hormones. 70% of your dopamine is made in your gut. And if stress has got that gut-brain axis cut, that's not going to happen for you. You're not going to, like I said, people aren't necessarily depressed. They're just not happy because their brain's not being fed properly. And it just helps our body to be able to, all of our body systems to work. So people sometimes, they'll get bloated or, gassy, something's going on. And I think, well, I'm going to go and get a probiotic. Problem is, if you're still not eating the right foods, which are your prebiotics to feed the probiotics, they then can't make the postbiotics. And all you're doing is buying an expensive supplement that's not going to do the job. So I love that Isagenix, we have a tribiotic, one that's designed that does all of this process. And our program is very much designed to be giving you the right prebiotics and probiotics to have your body be able to facilitate the natural making of postbiotics. So again, it's all about telling your body how to work properly. So if you've had anything going on with your gut, this is a really good one to add into your 30-day reset. I think I've said all that. We're going to keep going. Okay. If you are a science nerd like me, whoever introduced you to this call can send you a link, or you can scan this QR code and you can go and check out some of our studies. We've got like 21 peer-reviewed published studies, which is really cool. So our program was put up against a heart healthy diet, which is the kind of the gold level diet that doctors put people on in the United States if they've got anything from like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, weight issues, all of your blood sugar kind of issues, anything like that, high cholesterols, high blood pressures, all that kind of stuff. And on the program, our program versus that program, people lost twice as much weight, 78% more fat loss, twice as much lean muscle retention, twice as much visceral fat loss. And another number that's not there is that it reduced people's biological stress markers by 34%. That's huge. This program is helping to work on what's happening behind why your body is out of balance, not just a band-aid. We don't do band-aids, we see the body as a whole. So I am going to get Belinda to unmute. Belinda, do you mind? You had a really good impact, or this program had a really good impact with you with energy and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
crazy ass running nowadays.
I am. Thanks to Heather. Before I started Isagenix, you can see me on the left. I don't know how I survived my days, to be honest. I think I did rely a bit of coffee, and definitely a coffee at 3 o'clock after the school pickup to get me through the evening homework, dinner, bath routine. And I was going to the gym then, and I was eating, as I so thought, clean. And I know from once I implemented the program, I wasn't eating enough protein.
Mm.
Wasn't getting the right amount of protein to build that lean muscle, to stop cravings. Wasn't on any restrictions. And now I just have so much energy. I outdo my kids every single day. I ran my first 42K trail marathon this year on Mother's Day. And I go to the gym a couple of times a week, running. And I just absolutely I'm going to be 45 soon, that just keep getting fitter and healthier. And it's all about preventative as well for me, prevention.
Absolutely, I agree. And it's amazing how people don't realize the impact of protein. They think if I just eat less and exercise more, I'll be healthier and a leaner body. But you're not, because if you've got an out of balance body from stress hormones and things, eat less, exercise more, you make a smaller body with a higher percentage of out of balance, which is why yo-yo dieting happens, the body goes, wow, I have to protect you from even more nasties now. So I love that you found that benefit of being able to work with, you know, good quality protein, because that's what's going to get our metabolism working again, isn't it? By having enough protein to get to build lean muscle, which is what gets your metabolism going again.
And I'm that type of person who researches, why it works, and what the ingredients are, and having the highest quality of ingredients. So I know when I'm using the shakes, it's, grade 7 whey from New Zealand, grass-fed cows, and I know I'm getting the highest quality, and it's going to get all the right nutrition through to me, and support my recovery as well. That's really important when you're exercising. So I'd just like to ask anyone on this call who's hearing from Jen for the first time today, pop your name or say yes in the chat, because we've got a bottle of everyone's favorite Ionic Supreme to give away.
Ooh, score.
I know, right?
Cool. It is my favorite product. For 20 years before I found Isagenix, I was hand blending my own version of that tonic, because that's how important these herbs are. And prevention, I'm 63. I was in the surf at 5:30 this morning. I'll be in the surf again tomorrow morning. People don't get how good they're meant to feel, strong, fit, and healthy. And that's what this program helps us to do. So welcome to people, anyone who's new. Someone's going to score a bottle of Ionics. That's really cool. Okay, let's keep going. I am going to get Liz to unmute, because Liz has had such a great result from a weight perspective. Where are you, Liz? Can you unmute?
Hello,
G'day. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So do you want to share a bit of your story?
So before Isagenix, I was very overweight. In fact, I was actually 108.7 and kilos, considering I was 100 kilos when my son was born 24 years ago. So scale certainly hadn't gone down, they'd just gone up. I had no energy. I got puffed walking upstairs and was being faced with diabetic medication and cholesterol meds because they were so out of whack.
So you were introduced to the program?
So I met Fiona at the gym. She was coach at the gym. I started the gym to just do reformer Pilates. Fiona spent numerous times to get me to join Isagenix. I was very skeptical because I'd done OptiFast, OptiSlim. I'd even
everything.
consulted a dietitian and got nowhere. So I was skeptical. Now, 21 weeks later, I'm 26 kilos lighter, apparently equivalent to 5 shopping bags of groceries. Have so much more energy. My cholesterol's gone down to 2 from 8. My blood sugar's gone down to 4.8 from 8. My gut is much improved. My mind is great, and my skin is so much healthier. And I'm also running.
Yeah. What is it with you mob down there in New South Wales who just want to run everywhere? Us Queenslanders, no, we don't do the running thing. Well, some do. That's so good, Liz. Congrats. I love it. And so just being compliant, I just need to say to people that we're not saying that we can reverse or treat, cure, fix any ailments at all. We can't say that. This is seriously cool food and protocols that get my naturopath tick. So try it, see how you feel. And if you don't like it, you get your money back. So thank you so much for sharing, Liz. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. That's the guarantee thing. And that's pretty much it. So I just want to say that before I throw over to Belinda to draw the prize, that, my profile as an international speaker and naturopath was one that I would never have done anything to compromise that. So I did my due diligence. I ripped this thing apart, and I still rip this thing apart. But at the end of the day, after months and months of me ripping it apart, I still had to just eat it, see how I felt, knowing that if I wasn't heading in the right direction, I'd be able to get my money back. So I've gone from being the biggest pain in the ass skeptic next to Liz of this program to being the biggest fan of it. Here I am 14 years later, 63, boringly strong, fit and healthy, and I love feeling as good as I do. And so we give your body a reset, and then you work out your maintenance. So, like I said, before I started with Isagenix, I'd been taking adaptogen herbs for like 20 years because I know the importance to my wellness of them. And so this just made it easier, tastes way better than anything I ever created. And I love Isagenix just in every level. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Heather and Belinda. Oh, I'll just say here's I want to address one question or something here. Belinda has said, not that Belinda, a different Belinda has said she takes ashwagandha. Just so that you know, a naturopath will never prescribe one adaptogen on its own ever, because we're not one body system. All the different adaptogens work with the different body systems in different ways. And so we never prescribe one herb on its own like ashwagandha. We just don't, because it's not going to work the way you want, because we're not one body system. Just a thought. I'd be trying a range of adaptogens like we have in our tonics to get the true result of what adaptogens can do. Sorry, I just saw that, so I had to jump on a chair.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. As I say, I've written things down again, as I always do when I listen to you, because I just love the way you describe things so simply and easily. And that's the thing about Isagenix. It's proven, it's simple, and it's natural and just so easy. Often when we explain it to people, we suddenly realize that just really quickly we've been able to explain it. But I love all the things you say. So thank you, Jen. Yes, we're going to give away, we're actually going to give away one bottle of Ionix now. I think Belinda's already done the draw to those who are hearing Jen for the first time. But also we did have quite a few people who can't get on. So to all of our group here, if you send the recording out to people and they come back to you with something that they learned from Jen, then we'll do a draw in 24 hours for one more bottle of Ionix for everybody you give us who has watched the recording and come back with something that they've learned. So we'll cover both bases. So the first bottle is going to Belinda.
So I've popped in the people that were first viewers on the call with Jen. And we have Belinda Ward, Christina, Elsa, Elaine, and Hugh Trotter. And the winner is Elaine Cram. Congratulations, Elaine.
Congratulations, Elaine. So make sure you get us your address and we'll get that sent out to you. So super excited. And if you know of someone who you would have really liked to have heard this call, then make sure you contact the person who got you on here tonight and we can send you the recording so you can pass it on to someone else. And we'll do that next draw in 24 hours. So thank you all for hopping on tonight. It's been a pleasure.
Very cool. Thank you, Heather. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.